Hey racing fans, thanks for joining us on the channel today. What you're looking at is me scrolling through my IG page on my phone, and I came across this very cool picture of the GT3. So a couple of slides to show you the different angles. It's designed by AO Racing, and I thought, you know what, why don't I make a video about doing the graphics for this car? I haven't done one of those in a while, maybe a few months. And so here I am. I had to go buy the car in the shop first and then made some changes to it, like changing the light situation, making it a wide body, because in Gran Turismo 7 it doesn't come as a wide body, and so that's not free. It cost me $50,000. So here the guys are stretching it out, and that's a lot closer. Now what I did was I found the shapes that I basically want to use, and I pinned them, so I know where they are, so I'll save time in going through my shapes and symbols. And I always recommend, if you can do some work ahead of time and get all your graphics together in one folder, that's going to save you a lot of work when you're doing your designs. I will tell you right off the bat, it did take me about 2 hours to do this. And you know what, usually I just do this on the fly. I don't do it a lot lately, so this one did take me a while. Not the most difficult one. There are definitely people out there doing some really crazy graphics. I love them. So you can spend as much time or as little time as you want. So you saw there I used that white shape, and then I changed it black, and I'm working on the mouth here. And it's awesome that you have colors, then you can match the colors, so that once you use a color palette, Gran Turismo saves it, so your colors are always going to be the same. So I'm just working on trying to make this look like a mouth, and now I found this pizza shape, triangle kind of shape, and that's going to be the teeth for this. So here it is. I'm adding one, and I'm just gonna duplicate that over and over. Just kind of angle it the way I want to make it look somewhat realistic, trying to make this car look somewhat like an alligator or crocodile. I'm not sure what the difference is. I could look it up, but yeah. So you can see this design is starting to take shape here with this mouth. I've got the teeth going on. And it's always a good idea to look at your different angles of your ride, so you can see everything in perspective. And if something doesn't look right to you, you can always delete it. You can delete the layer, delete whatever you want, start all over again. The design by AO Graphics, obviously it was a custom job, and I don't know how to make eyes from custom, and I wanted to save some time, so I'm just basically putting any kind of eyes that I found here that are somewhat close, that would give this, make this look cool, right? So I put those eyes, and now I'm gonna make eyebrows here. So just found a shape that looks to me like eyebrows, got the angle that I want, and I paint them black. Yep, duplicate it. Now you can see again, coming closer to the real thing. You just have to flip it around on the horizontal axis. That's how I did that so easily. And now this next part is about adding all those shapes to make it look like warts or whatever it is. So I just found a shape that's kind of reasonable, and I'm just going to fade it black by changing the opacity and changing it to black. So if you want to access the opacity there, you just hit the triangle if you're using the controller. And that's what I use to do my designs. I don't use my wheel. I get out the controller. It's a lot easier to manipulate. And yeah, so once I have this one kind of wart or whatever it is, I'll just basically duplicate that, throw in some circles or whatever, mix it up. And there you see closer to the finished product. Just move it all over, kind of random, nothing special. Have as little or as many as you want. And it's better if you make it random. So this is the part where I'm trying to now design basically the hind legs of this gator, I guess we'll call it. So I found that one arc, and I painted it black. I'm just going to maneuver it into place, do it a couple of times, and then you can see it's kind of starting to look like the hind quarters there. Again, you can see how I have those pinned, so I can find them easily. Saves me a lot of time scrolling up and down between all the shapes and patterns. The reason for this shape right here is that's going to be the toes. So I'm just manipulating that. I'll turn it black, flip it around, duplicate that a couple of times. And there it is, finished product in that section of the video. And then of course, what I did was I made the back portion of those toes black and the front made it look like toenails, so I made it white, and all you have to do is layer it. So then I found something like claws, and I wanted to make it look like it's ripping through the car, but I also wanted to make it look like it's, facing the right direction. And of course, you got to do the same thing on both sides. If you want, when you go to duplicate, you can do duplicate on the other side. But if you want to do that duplication, it's a lot to do it one at a time. So I would suggest if you do one thing on one side, immediately go to the other side, duplicate it over there, because if you try to go back later, you're gonna lose where you are unless you write them down or unless you have some fantastic memory. But when you get into things with like 50 layers in that, it's really tough. So sped ahead, and that's basically the finished product. Now we come to my favorite part. I wanted to give it that red, so I found a location that had some red in it. It's like a market, and I really love GT7 for this. They make these cars look so real. It is by far my most favorite part of the game. And yeah, I'm in a market here. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't made a custom design yet, please try it out. Leave me a comment. Thanks for watching.